Cool. So the cool thing about phone sites is obviously it's super simple and fast, right? To build a brand new page, let's click here. So this is where we're hiring cleaners, right? We built a super simple one, put our core values here, who's it for, requirements, and then a little form here. So when they fill this out, it goes directly to whatever email I choose. I can go to settings and I can pick InstaSparkleCleaners.com. I could put multiple there with a comma and send it out to tons of people so they all know, oh, someone just applied for our job. So I use it for job applications. I use it internally. We like our menu for second window here is built on phone sites. And we just put it on a TV, we keep it static, and that's our menu. Then any employee here can go in within 10 seconds and update it. If we get new meal preps, within 30 seconds, it's live. It's all across the whole neighborhood. All of our customers can type in secondwindmarketcafe.com. It redirects them to our phone site, which shows, hey, this is our current list of meal preps. It's one of the easiest and fastest ways. I have solved thousands of problems. I use it for my content. Here, check this out. So literally, I don't even make my own content anymore. I will read or I'll talk to someone or Josh will say something. I'm like, oh, that's fucking smart. And this is the little page that I have, if I can find it quick enough without wasting all your time. Hey, Josh, say something real quick.
Something real quick.
I was just making sure you guys are still on. Yeah, if you have any questions, interrupt me. That's like the best way to learn. If I'm going too fast or you want me to spend more time on anything, let me know at any time.
Take your shirt off.
You can't even see me.
I can see you, but I don't know who else can. I just thought it was funny to say.
How can you see me? Are you watching me on live too?
No, there's a little thing over on the side where.
Oh, you got a little. Oh, cool. All right.
Yeah.
Damn, that's weird. I did take my pants off when you said that. All right. Why am I doing this? So I'm going to search. What am I looking for?
The content.
There we go. So this is my little secret to all of you. So probably all of you follow me on Facebook and all that shit. So here is kind of my blog and the little categories I have about like who I am. Sometimes I post about that. Self-growth, which is huge. Love like brick by brick, 1% every day, all that kind of stuff. Economy, sometimes, especially in cannabis. This last year, I've written a lot about that for different publications and whatnot. So these are all like the categories. I just click it. Oh, this is how I build. This is how I post content. Say it's something that hits both of those categories: self-growth, property management, and then down here, these are all like the groups that I'll post it in. So Wanderluster is my travel blog. Millionaires Are Made, which is kind of this right now, is like just building people up and teaching simple things. Obviously Apex, my liquor group, whatever. And then here I type like the headline. Let's say, buying property builds wealth, which is a terrible headline. And then I type like 2 or 3 sentences. Say I was having a conversation with a property owner and he was like, hey, a reverse mortgage can save your life when you're older. I'm like, all right, reverse mortgage, save life, older. And then I hit enter. And then that sends off an email with that content to the email of the person that actually posts all my content. They take it, they use some AI, they build it up, they make it look pretty, and then they go on all my profiles and post all my shit. And all that's done with phone sites.
I gotta have that template.
Yeah, this is something I've built recently, but the point is that it's all on phone sites, right? And it's fucking simple, it's easy, and I actually probably built this site within 30 seconds. Super simple, and only I have access to it and whatnot. Oh, let me get rid of this domain name. I guess you guys can do whatever you want, submit it to my VPA if you want, that's fine. So that's kind of the point with phone sites. So if you have Squarespace, great. It probably has something similar. It's probably pretty user-friendly. I'm just not familiar with it. I've done Squarespace in the past. I've done Wix. I've done WordPress. I've done a lot of shit. And the easiest way for me to teach virtual assistants, as well as the easiest way for me to know, is phone sites. And Josh agrees, and he can't argue with that.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I built sites on GoDaddy and hired web developers and like Wix, and I can probably name 3 or 4 others, but for me, because I travel so much, being able to do it on my phone anywhere I'm at any time in a hotel
Both of
room
these
or
live ones,
whatever,
and then
my
I can save
computer's
the recording
dead,
and send
like
them out.
that's the real value
Or you can
of
always text.
making it, and the
always
templates
ask
that you get with it
Oh, yeah.
are super handy.
Appreciate it.
But I should have this content and I'll just send it out too.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in the same boat. So I've had fucking dozens of businesses over the past 15, 20 years, and I've paid people to build a site, $1,000, $2,000, find a cheap guy for 500, whatever. Okay, cool. Site's all right. And then he's like, I need $50 a month to maintain it. You're like, all right, I understand the hosting's like $15, this and that. And then you're like, okay, I'm offering a new product. It's like, oh, I charge like $100 an hour to go change it. And I've gone through probably 50 different website developers. I've gone through all this stuff and had these big, beautiful, fancy websites. And they take 3 or 4 months to build. And then like by that time, the time they're done, you're like, hey, like the weed industry has changed. Now we need to have live resin as our main focus. And all this stuff just takes money and time. When I came across phone sites, probably right before COVID, a couple months before COVID, I was like, okay, this is cool. I played with it a tiny bit. And then, I kind of went back to it and started learning a little more. And now I've built pretty much all my businesses on it. I think it's simple, fast. If you pull it up on mobile, it's great and easy. What did that just interest you?
Oh, what?
Oh, you got really.
No,
I scrolled and you're like, ooh, what else is he doing there? I mean, so then let's go into like domain names, right? So let's go check out GoDaddy. Again, there's 1,000 ways to do anything. I'm just telling you the simplest way that I've done my stuff in my life. And I find it super successful, and I also find it easy and simple. Phone sites, obviously, they have a great support team. Like they'll probably build you sample sites for free. They have a shitloads of templates. Yeah, so you can click templates, pick your industry, pick your type. Like they do a really good job there. They have an AI writer involved too. I think it's $40 a month if you want to just do kind of what I do. I pay someone else. I actually probably pay way more than $40 a month, but I pay an actual person. They use AI themselves, but you can use that. So they have all this stuff built out. Their support's awesome. You can message them. They respond pretty well, pretty quickly, and tell you this and that. And they're like, yeah, it's a smaller company, I guess, than Squarespace and Wix. So you get a little more service there. Any questions on like how to build it? Do you want to watch me do one from blank real quick?
Sure, that'd be awesome.
I'll do it from a template. Does that
Can you
make
put
sense?
in
Do you
spots
pay
for
for
like
each
orders?
individual website, or do you just pay for the service and you get unlimited websites?
So I just looked quickly at their pricing. Yeah, so they have different things. So it's $79 a month here, and you get 5 websites, unlimited leads. You get an AI writer and Pulse cards, which I'll go over later. Here's the $119. This is unlimited everything.
The way to go is unlimited. Sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah.
you can build one site and pay for that every month, if not way more than that. As some people know here. I built one website for a restaurant, just sitting in a random restaurant in a city I've never been in, and had to pay me $500 right there for building their website. And literally all I did was use a template that was already on here, went to their Facebook page, which is all they had for content, copied and pasted everything and plugged it in there and sold it back to them, paid my VA $150 to buy the domain and plug all the rest of the shit in to make it fancy and pretty. And that'll pay for months of phone sites. So
I pay for the highest end. I have tons of websites, all that stuff. But I mean, this is like, while I'm, the idea is like your brand, your company, whatever you're starting, use it to build your brand. This could easily be a side hustle. I mean, Josh may be an exception, but I mean, you could do that. If you spend a week, maybe 80 hours learning how to do phone sites amazing and quick, there's no reason you couldn't go to a restaurant and be like, yo, you guys suck online. You have a terrible online presence. You could build that on your phone. There's so many times I've been in the event and been like, oh shit. And I built my own, where I fucked up and forgot. And I'm like, shit, I got to get on here. Hold on, everyone. And you get on your phone and you just hurry up and build a site or fix a site or edit a site. Quick, simple, easy. But so this was the price: $79, $119, $179. If that's too much, I mean, shit, it might be a little awkward, but you can log into mine and we can build your first website through my account, and then eventually, if you decide to move on, we can transfer it to yours. Hey, Josh, did you keep it under your account then and host it with you, or did you make them go buy phone sites?
Oh no. It's all under my account and everything. And what I do is I make sure to get an email from the restaurant and I plug it in
to forward leads.
Every time that a lead comes through the website, it emails to them, and it just acts as a sales funnel there for them. And I still have people that message me that I met maybe one time that are like, "This is fucking awesome," blah 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 blah. And then that's not even to mention, and I haven't even tried this, but I've thought about it. So with the Pulse cards and everything, if you say order 10 Pulse cards, you could build digital business cards for people, put all their professional accolades and a profile photo for them, and literally sell them a digital business card for $150 or $200 and have it all hosted on your site. Like mine, for instance, you could go to it right now. It's joshperry.phonesites.com. And I've got a little button on my phone that I can literally just put my phone up to yours, and it'll show you my professional site with all my companies and all the shit I do.
Do you charge the restaurants like a hosting fee monthly recurring, or is it just a $500?
I just go $500 flat because it's enough, and I don't. If I go and I buy the domain for them and everything, I'll send them a reoccurring like $20 a year or whatever. But as far as some of them even just are okay with it saying phone sites, like
without a customer
phonesites.com, right? So when I build it at the restaurant, that's how it's going to come across as Ty Palace at phonesites.com. And then if they want to build it out further and get the lead funnel and all that stuff, then that's when I'm charging $20 a year.
Okay, so if they want like regular updates or anything like that, then you start charging them more for services.
Yeah, I tend to just try to walk away from it because this is usually just a random place I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm not like pushing for that. I'm pushing for them to, pay me on my Cash App right there in front of me and never see them again, essentially.
Record on Google Meets.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it is right now.
So would they be able to alter the menu then?
So if they pay for the website and it's on, like say on my account, also for the hosting question, the hosting for Phone Sites is included in that payment. So if you have like the unlimited and you have like 50 sites like me, it's all just included in that. So if you have enough sites, it covers your monthly fee, then it doesn't really cost for hosting.
Yeah.
Which I think at some point Phone Sites will change that, because it's kind of like a loophole. I have 50 sites and I pay like $100, $150 a month. Like that's not even enough just for the hosting.
Yeah.
Most places charge like $12 a month for hosting. So somehow, I don't know, maybe they solved the problem. Maybe hosting's overpriced other places. I don't know, but that's another perk that I use for Phone Sites is, when you pay your $150, you can have 1,000 sites, and then it comes down to like 15 cents or whatever it is to host each month, plus all the other perks with it. So that's kind of a good thing. What was the next question we just said?
Oh, if you were to have the menu.
Oh yeah, so when he builds that website, it's on his Phone Sites account. And so another great thing is, so if you go and you're like, hey man, I'm tired of dealing with you or whatever, can I just get my phone site transferred? And you start paying for your own account, then it's super easy to just transfer that website there, and I no longer have access. It transfers all your leads and everything right to you, so now you have full access.
So you can transfer ownership of the site to someone else too?
Yeah, so when I've bought a few sites from people, I've actually paid for people to build phone sites for me before I said, fuck all this, I'm just going to learn it. And so they would build the phone site, they would share with the domain, I would tell them what to fix and whatever, and then once it was all like done, they would transfer it over. Like somewhere in here, I have one of these websites that's built someone else I probably don't even use because it doesn't matter. Another thing about websites I'm going to say real quick is a lot of people spend a lot of money on fancy websites. That's cool. If you want to go spend 10 grand on it, do it. If you don't have 10 grand, like I would say, first off, done is better than good, right? Getting it done now is better than waiting forever to get it perfect. The second thing is if you're doing a sales funnel, the offer is what matters. If you see my rates, like I think I posted them. I have like 20,000 leads on one site and like 20,000 views and 4,000 leads. That's like 25% or something like that. That's actually really fucking good. But a lot of it's because my offers are amazing, right? Like I'll do an offer like 30% off alcohol at my liquor store. Almost everyone that clicks that and sees that fills it out, and I get a lead. It's hard not to. And that actually, my liquor store one's really good. Where's my shittiest site that does well? I'll have to think, but I have some super basic sites that like it's like a logo says, "Hey, get this offer," and then a form. Like that's not it. You all have clicked online somewhere at some point and read these like walls of texts that are like, "This is gonna change your life." Oh, and we're adding this. Oh, and this is great. And you're like, dude, I'm done scrolling. I already wanted this. I hate that, and it annoys me. I like it to the point, you know. So there's different ways to do your funnels. And again, like this is super introductory. If you want to get really into it and fucking build funnels, I can refer you to people if you want to pay them that are awesome funnel builders. That's their entire life is just building it. Or you can learn a little bit. I mean, Phone Sites has great templates. I'm sure in here they have support and like forums and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there's a Facebook group.
That you can talk to others.
I've often asked questions of or said, "Hey, does anybody have a template for blah 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 blah?" And I mean, people actually respond, right? And to your point, quick and dirty is better than nothing at all, essentially. So
100%.
Keeping it simple, putting it out there, and then throwing it out there for people to get into that lead funnel is way better than, knocking every door or making every phone call, right?
Yeah. Knocking on doors. Of course you bring that up. All right, so...
Dude, I mean, I did it, so...
All right, Bobby, we're building you an art one. Oddly enough, I don't see art. Here, we'll do products, right? You're selling stuff? Let's do a short one. I prefer the short ones. Which one looks prettiest?
I don't care. That one.
Which one?
That one in the middle.
The new drone? All right. So I'm going to hit install here. So it looks like it's a 5-page new website. Just happened there.
Yeah, and look, so while you're building it, I'm going to just say, I say quick and dirty, but it's actually multiple pages and can be pretty complicated. And it can send you an email of thank you for, pulling your form in, and multiple layers of this that are built right into that template. So one page may be pretty simple, but now you go through and you have these complex, motions that you would see in these websites that you do pay thousands of dollars for, right? And having those multiple steps in there and that action behind the website and not just like a form or whatever, it just makes it way more professional. It makes it actually usable by the person who's entering into this funnel, and honestly, it just makes you come off like a badass at the end of the day.
Badass status. So for you, Bobby, then you can take and do whatever you want with this. Put your logo here. Obviously, I don't have access to that right now. Mm-hmm. We can change whatever you want. You have to think of an offer if we're doing a sales funnel, right? You could do this as just a plain old, this is a website I've built. It's just our menu.
Well, what does Bobby have already? Do you have a Facebook or Instagram or anything?
I have
You want me to go pull a logo
Twitter,
off it?
Like any of that shit?
I don't actually have a logo yet.
Okay, that's all right. No logo. That's fine. That's fine.
Where do you have any picture of any of your art online? I guess is the question I'm asking.
On Facebook and Instagram.
What should I search?
It's Bobby's_delicious_discoveries. My other one was in the hacked account.
This one.
There we go.
All right, everyone, go follow her. Pull your phones out. Follow Bobby's
Oh, we
Delicious
gotta do
Discoveries.
that, yep. So this is exactly what I do for these horrible restaurants. I'm literally doing exactly what he's doing. Save image as, logging it in my phone, copying it, pasting it back over in phone
Nothing
sites.
scandalous in there, all right? So to upload an image, we just click this here, click this. I'm gonna have to upload it into this little gallery.
29 followers, more like 30.
Yeah, there we go. Insert this in here. And just like that, we gotta,
Better make that 31.
Yeah, and you can change the size of it, make it the large one. There you go. Yeah.
all
Yeah.
right, Bobby, Josh is gonna charge you $500. We better stop. So then here you just double click background color. You can change it. You can put a background image. Almost all my sites I put an image. Usually it's like my logo. So like I fade out the logo so it's in the background there a little bit. But it's so simple to change anything you want. This can link straight into, you can have links straight into your art. You can just straight into your Shopify, straight into whatever you want. You can even actually add a,
Is that a bike? What is that, a drone?
it's a drone, you know, this is Bobby's art drone company.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's some pretty cool photography done with drones.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking the exact same thing when I was looking.
So you can even, where's the stripe part? Am I missing that? Huh. That's interesting. I'll look at that. But there's also, you can also incorporate Stripe straight into these websites. So you can just take payment right there. So if you could specialize in one art piece. You could build a site for every art piece over $500, right? And then you just have a QR code that you print off on like a piece of paper whenever your art's showing. You're like, hey, if you want this, scan this, fill it out. They can go straight to that piece. They can go home and think about it, look at it, whatever. And you can have Stripe right there that they can buy that one piece. Or every piece over $100, whatever you think is worth your time. But once you build one beautiful site, you can easily just copy that, put in your new art piece, and just have it there as a sale. And just run ads to it or, you know, promote it, use a QR code, and then send them off into that website. Or you can have like packages too, anything. And you can incorporate Stripe in here. Do you know how to do that, Josh? I'm not seeing it right now. I don't know why.
It's under integrations and stuff. You got to go in there. It's a little bit more complicated. I tend to not do that. I tend to, and especially for the restaurant ones that I do, they're just wanting like something to display their stuff, right? So
They're like informational, not functional.
exactly, yeah, and or it's more about like sign up for this 20% off your next Baba Ganoush or whatever, right?
But yes, so you can sell them here. You can also integrate PayPal. I have one of my companies is like streaming services, and we do a monthly PayPal thing that people just go right there, pay it there, and we go through that. So it's pretty simple. Obviously, I'm not going to spend all day going into it, but this is kind of the basis of it. So I'm going to move into the sales funnel part.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get out of this because there's no sales funnel here. Let's go see if I can find one with a funnel. Let's see which one I want to do here. Let's try this. This is a candy shop. This is the liquor store I just sold, so this no longer matters because it's not mine. So here's pretty solid. So here's like 10,000 views and almost 2,000 here. So that's almost 20% of people who fill it out. But obviously the offer is really good. 30% off booze. Super easy. I'll give my email out and phone number for 30% off booze all day, every day, right? So we're going to click on this. We're going to click on this follow-up. So now here's one of the coolest parts about phone sites. And again, there's ClickFunnels. There's thousands of companies do this. I believe Wix, I believe Squarespace all have ways to get sales funnels in there. I'm just not familiar with it. You can figure that out. They probably have experts. They probably have all this kind of stuff, but this is the one I know. So we have these little coupons, which we'll go over a little bit later too. So whenever you go into our sales funnel, we can post it online in groups. Hey, who wants 30% off? Who's a drinker? All these different ways. And I'm sure all of you have seen me post in lots of groups, many different accounts, and probably click something on it. But sometimes we'll do a hard sale where it's like, hey, I want to offer 30% off, click this. Sometimes it'll be like a soft little sale, like, are there any drinkers here? What's everyone doing Friday night? And then when people drink, I call it, what do I call it? Facebook mining. Then we talk to you personally and we go one-on-one and try to get you to fill out our funnel. There's lots of different ways to do it, but essentially once you fill out our funnel, actually I'm just gonna, this is it. Hey Denver, here you go as a free shot. It's technically a penny because we can't give out free alcohol. It's illegal here, and get 30% off the whole store. And this is one of my favorite ones. It's simple to the point. But again, I have almost a 20% follow through, which is really good in the industry. And it's almost already sold beforehand, right? We do a lot of work beforehand to make sure that happens. Josh, you get 20% on yours?
I don't like discounts. But
you just like building sites?
Yeah. So what I typically do is we want to give something away for free, or we want to give some type of ebook or some type of information or something. And that gets people to give their information. The more leads that you have in there, which definitely should check out the lead page and, follow through and follow up with them to know what you're doing, even, right? Like to know how effective your messaging is immediately, right?
Yeah, so here's the follow-up page. So as soon as for this particular one, as soon as you follow it out, you see it has a delay of 0 minutes. So it comes instantly. And then here's your little coupon, right? We have the solution. If you're thirsty, all alcohol, 30% off. It expires in 72 hours. We give you a time frame, so you have to go to our store and use it. Obviously, if you're doing a bigger consulting firm or something else like that, you may change that or may get rid of it altogether. And then we kind of sell a little bit. We create local craft, yada, yada. And then if they come to the store, we just ask them to show us this email. When they show it that, we look at the date that it was sent because it'll have all emails have dates. If it's within 72 hours, we give them 30% off. Then 1 day later, they get another reminder. Hey, it's been 24 hours. You got 48 hours to get your 30% off. And then they have more, yada, yada. And then we also have our SMS start. So 1 hour after they fill up, it says, remember when you got a 30% off alcohol? How cool. Here's that and our web address. And so all of this, though, is automated. That's the best part. So if you get them to fill that out, and this shit from Candy Shot, if you guys ever signed up, goes on for like a year.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So if you sign up for a Candy Shot thing, the first 3 days you'll get emails reminding you of 72 hours, and then you'll get like a text per week, and it'll slowly filter off. Right. The goal is not to annoy the fuck out of people, but also to like remind them enough that your brand's still there. Like, hey, we still have booze. Hi, when's the last time you went to the Candy Shot? Have you forgot about us? That kind of stuff. But you can build this out fucking for like 10 years. There's no limit. You can do as long as you want. As soon as they fill it out, it triggers this. And I call it a static text and email because you can also do the dynamic where each week you actually type it up and send out your deals or whatever, which we do that as well. But this one is way more fun as soon as everyone signs up. So those like 2,000 people that filled it out, all of them get texts and emails, and offers and markets and all that kind of stuff. So that's another thing I like about phone sites. They make it super simple. You go from design, click over to follow up, and you just start making your sales funnel there. Any questions? Make sense? Cool.
So sales funnel is like define that exactly. Like it's just the like.
So a sales funnel is essentially, so a lot of people use it for more like, what's the most common way? Probably like consulting and coaching agencies. Okay. But it essentially, like when you sign up for the 30% off alcohol, that's a tiny little sales funnel. Sometimes they talk about how awesome their product is on the first page, and you have to like click through to the second page, and they talk more about how often it is, and then it gets you to sign up. And those are like the funnels that take a little more. Like you're not ready to spend $1,000 right off the bat, but something like that. They're like, oh, it's a $997 course, but we're gonna give it to you for $100. And here's why. And they kind of go through it and make you go through. So it's a funnel because it kind of funnels you and overcomes all your objections as you go. And then it goes, now sign up here. And sometimes it's like buy, sometimes it's just signing up, different ways. But in the end, they want your information or your money.
Right. So it's a collection of information to then.
And then almost all of them are tied to a drip system, which is like the automated email and text message marketing.
Right.
Where do you advertise your sales funnel?
Great question. So sales funnels, it's going to depend on the industry of the company. So like for alcohol, I mean, you can do it on social media organically. I would say almost all of those leads were organic on there. I mean, it was really easy to go to like a Denver group and say, who wants 30% off alcohol? and we get 20 to 30 leads there. We do a lot of event marketing with my companies now, so I throw a lot of events, and then I also attend other events like Bobby does as well. And so at the events, we're like, hey, this is Candy Shot. Here's alcohol. Hey, if you want 30% off, fill this out. And I would say the close ratio on that is really high as well. They take a drink and go, cool, I love alcohol. Yeah, I'll sign up. But you can do it organically online too. What's your product?
Me, it would be my organizing service.
Oh, I didn't know that was you. Sorry, I don't have you up on my screen. So for you, what would an offer be? I mean, you could do like a free VIP upgrade if you have different levels. Like, hey, instead of just a basic organizing / tidying or whatever, your first one, instead of a $50 value, it's a $100 value. It's a free upgrade. And then for you, you could post that in other groups and whatnot. It might be a little more difficult to do social media, but there's you know your industry better than I, but there's better places to kind of go figure out where that is. I mean, you maybe Airbnb home groups, you would go in and say, hey, we'll tidy your closets, your cleaning closets. Say, I'm an organizer. I want to offer you guys a free VIP upgrade or free, with my cleaning company, we do a free ozone upgrade. So we bring ozone generators in there. It was really, really effective during COVID. We would go from like a $50 cleaning to like $120 cleanings, and we give them the free $70 upgrade. But then the next time, once you have ozone once, and during COVID, you want ozone all the time. So they would pretty much always come back and get that ozone. But yeah, once you have the link here, and so this one obviously is a domain. What do I call it? Candy Shot.
I think it's a lot about whether you're going to jab or you're going to right hook, right? So if you have a soft offer and you really just want their information, you're trying to give as much value or something free or whatever to get them where you're going to sell them at stage 6 or 7, right? Because only about 10% or less of your people are ready to buy right now. But if you have a super strong offer, like you just want to go in with that, like in this case, the alcohol offer, everybody wants 30% off of alcohol, right? And so you want to sell them at the very first punch with a right hook, and then you want to eventually over time drip in that campaign.
Makes sense.
Makes sense to you guys?
Yeah.
You guys got your wheels turning? You're gonna events are my favorite way. I love it. That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna go in real quick on domains. Do you guys all have domains?
I did once upon a time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I have a Google domain.
yeah, you can get domains just about anywhere. I use GoDaddy because I probably saw a Super Bowl ad like 10 years ago and was like, oh, this is how you buy domains. And it worked, and I've been there forever. So they're making their $17 times however much. So these are all my domains. To switch one over, they kind of change this a little bit. Let's see if I can still do it. No. Well, they might have just literally changed it, but it was really easy to. Let's see if I can figure out how to change a domain. So wherever you buy your domain, you might have to do a little bit of Googling or asking them how. There it is. Nope, that's email forwarding. Somewhere there's domain forwarding. They literally changed this. I checked this out like a week ago. God dang it. All right. If you have questions, just ask me. I'll figure it out. But most of them, you can just go to like the help center and be like, how do I forward a domain? Then you copy this view here. This is your domain. You'll copy this, put it in the domain forwarding, and go down and I'll do that. So then whenever you type in, like I just did, I own CandyShotCoupon.com. Bought the domain, $17 a year. When you hit enter, pops right up to my sales funnel. So if anyone's confused or whatever, CandyShotCoupon.com looks better than like CandyShot.PhoneSites.com. And a lot of people, when I started doing it, before I domain forwarded, they'd be like, is this a scam? What is this phone sites and all that kind of stuff? So I just do a real domain, Candy Shot Coupon, $17 a year. It saves a lot of time. And it sounds cool. Candy Shot Coupon is way more fun. People know, I'm getting a coupon, right? And it adds my brand in there too. And then it pulls up the sales funnel, 30% off. They go here. Any questions on domains? All right. So I'm going to go real quick I got 3 more things I want to tell you. If you guys have any questions, let us know if it's too fast or whatever. Yeah.
I got one question for about Maya that I've been told this for 2 different people for different ways about my company. My company's called Fix It All Appliance.
Okay.
But I was told from different people that one guy told me it'd be a great idea to get Fix It All Appliance or bad at Fix It All Appliance Westminster, Fix It All Appliance
.com.
Denver. Pretty much. That way, so whenever you search every city, it'll go directly to me and then take them to my website. Or I was told the opposite. If I do that, Google's going to think I made too many similar things and thinks I'm going to spam it and totally block me. Someone's either going to work for me or completely against me.
In my personal opinion, so this is where I would refer you to talk to like an SEO guy or something like that. In my opinion, I wouldn't do that. I would have just one website because I mean, when your websites get ranked, if they all backlink each other, then Google may derank you if they think that you're all the same. I would stick with just one website, try to SEO that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you just think about other big companies, they don't really have like, I mean, there isn't like a Chipotle Arvada or ChipotleDenver.com. Like it's just Chipotle.com, find our locations.
Yeah. Too many backlinks will get you deranked. But if you want to do it that way, you can. Like for instance, for my freight business, I have Fayetteville Freight, I have Bentonville Freight, I have ArkansasFreight.com, all that stuff that points to the same website. But I had to go through and rank and get traffic on each one of them first to make them valid, basically, and then have them all directed to my one main site. But it's a pain in the ass. It's not really worth it. I regret doing it in the first place, to be honest. But and it doesn't really give a huge benefit because your SEO shit is going to give you more benefit than doing it that way.
I know an SEO guy you can talk to. Right away.
Yeah, so I would lean against that.
And they both told me 2 different.
Yeah, I would lean against that, Pat.
But the winners are the 3 or 4. Now I heard 4 people tell me the same advice versus one told me the other one.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone else wanted me to pay him $10,000 to do that for me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't pay $10,000 for anything. By the way, next month, we will have a professional web developer that does marketing too, and he's like the next level. So this is the introductory. Next month will be big time guy. His name's Dylan. He runs Mile High Social. Hopefully I said that right. If not, sorry, Dylan. All right, so we're gonna go to QR codes real quick, which is something that everyone in this world needs now. QR codes is like the best way. No longer are we handing business cards out. No longer are we like, follow us on Facebook. We're like, scan this, do everything. So one way for you especially, you could have a QR code on a sticker or whatever that goes into a web page that has all your links to see your stuff. It can have your Instagram, it can have your Facebook. And so most of us, it sounds like Josh does too. Like when I go around, actually I used to do this, but now I don't let anyone contact me. They all go through my teams. But I used to have a QR code that would go to like my own personal, like, hey, here's my Facebook, here's my this, here's my phone number or whatever. Now I don't do that anymore, but that's something you could do. Like go to my website, go to my Insta, go follow me, all that kind of shit. So with phone sites, again, it's really easy to have a QR code. You go to settings here, scroll down, and you hit view QR code. Now you can download it, copy the URL, whatever. I send this off to my print guy. He puts it on stickers, hats, shirts, whatever.
They just automatically generate you one when you start.
Yes.
That's cool.
There we go. Great. Do you have a QR code? Good. All right. And that goes straight to your Insta.
Uh-huh.
So now we can change that to another QR code, and then it have links to your Insta, Twitter, TikTok, whatever as well too. And email, phone number straight to you so they can contact you. If you don't have a business phone number, get a Google Voice number. It's free. I have fucking 30 of them. But yeah, get a Google Voice number because then it's not your personal, and it'll come through the Google Voice app, and you'll know for a fact that it's business. And you can keep that separate. You know, you can, and a lot of like, I'm sure Josh too, but a lot of us, we do like, you know, after 5 p.m., no more business, or after 7 p.m. I do an hour a day where I don't do phone at all, but I know if it's business coming in or personal. Sometimes my personal number sometimes is used too much. I'm sure, I think Melanie has it now, but I try to keep most of my business stuff on my Google Voice number and then keep all my business stuff or my personal stuff on my personal number. So my personal stuff, I'll check those texts, but Google Voice, I'll hide it. So if you don't want to give out your personal number, just do your Google Voice. And you can even link it up to like, you can have your own, a new Gmail that's just for your business, you know, Bobby's Delicious discoveries@gmail.com, and you can go through and attach your Google Voice number to that email, and then have your own number, and it's free.
You could also have it ring multiple phones, so you or a secretary,
Yep.
for instance, can answer, and you can see if they're doing their job.
Yeah,
or
anyone
not.
that can log into that account. I have for my Airbnb management, I have 15 different managers. They all can go into the main. They all respond to the main one. They all actually have their individual ones as well. So it's look into Google Voice and give that number out. It's gonna be a lot better. All right, so that's QR codes. Really easy with phone sites. That's why I use them. So then the next thing that they have, did I pull this up yet? Let's see if they got their pulse cards here yet. So now, even better than this, they stepped up. So now if you have the NFC NPC on your phone, Josh, what is it? NFC, right? I'll find out in a second. NFT. Nope, not NFT. It's NFC. So NFC is when you scan and tap all your shit with your phone.
Oh yeah.
So now they have little, basically plastic business cards, which I actually ordered a bunch. I was going to show you guys them tonight, but they arrive, I think, tomorrow. Fucking phone sites and their slow ass fucking mailing. Mail your shit overnight for free. I bought like $200 worth of them. They have buttons, they have cards, all this kind of stuff. And this, you just go up and you tap someone's phone, and then they click allow, and then it pops up with all your contact info or whatever you want to send them. So Phone Sites has it where you can direct it to their to whatever site you want. So for you, no more having to buy business cards. I mean, you probably want some for the old school people. But then you're like, you want more info? They're like, yeah. And you just go, let me tap your phone. And you tap your phone, and it pops up on their screen, and it's like, hey, this is Bobby's website, Instagram, all this stuff. And they're like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then you're like, yeah, I'm dope. Buy my art. But so it's a cooler, newer feature way. I bet in 4 years, business cards are going to be almost gone. It's going to be all pulse cards or buttons. But it's almost the same as like Popple or Dot, if you guys have heard of them. But some people will have a button on their phone that they can just tap.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Oh, yeah, you've seen those. So it's essentially the same idea, but it's a great way to move on and do that. And then the last thing is going to be these bad boys. Yeah, my stickers. If you have seen me, I have probably 1,000 stickers in my pocket at all times. But this is how we do almost all our marketing. It's we don't do business cards anymore because stickers you can stick somewhere and be reusable. We try to put share with a friend or whatever. This QR code, anyone can scan it. So they don't have to have a physical business card, right? They can scan it, throw it away. Someone else can find it, scan it, toss it, stick it wherever you want, put it on your phone, put it wherever. And that QR code, if you were to scan it now, goes directly into Second Wind sales funnel. So Second Wind gives out a free latte and you sign up. And then we now have your email and phone number so that we can send you weekly texts and emails. And it also goes through our static drip system that I showed you earlier with all those follow-ups.
Does it have to go weekly, or can you make it like monthly or something like
You
that?
can do everything. It's all customizable.
Okay.
So for the static one, I call it static because as soon as someone signs up on your sales funnel, whatever is in there is what goes.
Yeah,
You can't
if I see
change it
something
at all.
weekly, I'm gonna just spam it.
Yeah. So like for you, I would do like a monthly for Fix It All, right? Because your business is not everyone needs something fixed all the time, but you don't want them to forget. You want to be like, hey, is your iPhone looking good? All right, remember I can fix that. Hey, is this looking good? You know, that kind of stuff. But I wouldn't send it every week. Like,
Oh no!
fix your washer,
You know,
fix your dryer, fix this. Like, but for like coffee, we send it every week. We're like, hey, here's the new coffee thing. And this weed, we send it like every, I think, Thursday night. Like, who wants to get high this weekend?
Yeah, I don't ever spam that.
Yeah, so it's different for each
They're
thing. You know,
different things,
retail
products.
stores, I say weekly is pretty standard.
Right.
Some weed stores do like twice a week, which I think is too much.
Yep.
But it's gonna be your own personal thing, and you can control all of that. So like when you do this follow up here, you know, like we did one email a day for the first 3 days because we gave you 72 hours.
That makes
So
sense.
it's like 72 hours, 48, and then after that it filters off to
It's more like a courtesy one.
yeah. So 3 days later we send another email, and then a text is like 2 days, and then it goes to like 15 days later, and then 30 days, and on and on and on. So you can choose how often. What's your business?
I do HVAC.
HVAC. Oh, cool. Yeah. So So then the static is gonna be tough because if someone signs up in like spring and you want to like tell them to check their furnace filters in the fall, you won't be able to tell when they sign up. But once you have their data, you can do the dynamic marketing where you can make sure you send it out like every October or September. Be like, make sure you change your filters and stuff like that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes total sense.
And so
Like,
for your
you got the weekly willow trees. They got the
yeah, I wouldn't send weekly for you either.
No, I didn't think
For
so.
HVAC, I would probably do like maybe monthly. Maybe like do a text and then 2 weeks later do an email. Maybe do 2 emails a month, like tips. Hey, make sure you change your filter. Hey, do this, do that. And you can always outsource that. There's VAs that work for like $4 an hour. Just like I think Josh said, he uses the Philippines. I use a lot of Bangladesh. But there's a lot of really smart people out there in other countries that can do just as good of a job. And it's just a lot cheaper.
Okay.
Or you can do it yourself. Some people I know have like 40,000 people on the list, but they like that personal touch and type the email out themselves, And so that's going to be kind of up to you.
Out too, so I don't really have much clientele or anything. So
Well, hopefully
that's what we're
get some website and some traction and some QR codes and start building it up.
We should talk. I got a handyman business I just started.
Oh, man. My kid's already connecting. Look at that.
Did you just nut, Austin?
Oh, shit. We kicked everyone off. Well, that's the end, guys. Here
Don't
it
forget
comes.
to get your 30% off coupon.
Oh,
I used to get one every Friday afternoon.
And try to start a soda line. Who wants a soda?
appreciate it.
All right. Well, yeah, that's the end. I
that?
don't know how I clicked that out, but
For a minute, I thought you were trying to
Didn't
sell your
notice
own
that.
sodas. When you said
No,
start a
It's just
soda
an
line.
exploratory thing.
You
I
would
just
say
like-
that you can make a website. And
I'm trying to see
you
if
would
like
make
there's,
it for us.
I'll take one.
Interesting
Yes.
or whatever.
So the four of you, real quick. So you guys have websites and sales funnels we're going to build. So what I will need you to do is get your logo and information and website and whatnot sent to Denver's Best Deals at gmail.com. And then my assistant will make you guys your websites over the next week or so. She doesn't take too long. So she'll build you out essentially the same thing that you just saw here. Obviously, it's not going to be you'll probably want to get in there and put some copy yourself because you know your business 10 times better than us. But we'll build one out for you and build out a sales funnel, and then you can edit it how you want because obviously you're going to, and you can change it. You can be like, hey, I want an email twice a month. And you're like, people say they like them. All right, I'll start doing 3 times a month. They only get one text, maybe, and they say that's too much, maybe one text every 5 weeks. So we'll build you a standard one, and then obviously you'll have to go in and kind of alter it how you want and fix it up. And
What's the email again?
Denver's Best Deals at gmail.com.
Is there an apostrophe in Denver's?
I don't think you can put an apostrophe in an email
Denver's Best Deals at Gmail.
at gmail.com. Yeah. So send over your logos, website, anything you want on your website, anything you want on your website and sales funnel. And then an offer would be the best. If you have an offer, put one in there so you can immediately start using this and build your clientele. So especially for HVAC, like a lot of those service-based industries, like for the value of your company, if you ever want to sell it, it's basically based on your book. So I don't know what your value is now. It's probably much lower than you make. Say you make like $200,000 a year on your business. If you have like 5 employees, whatever, your value is still probably like $10,000 because you're gonna have to get whoever buys it from you is gonna have to convince all those clients to come over. But now to add more value to your company, if you're like, I also have 5,000 text numbers, and a list of 5,000 emails of people interested in HVAC, that just grows it a lot. And HVAC's probably higher. Usually they say it's about $6 per lead if you're evaluating a company. So yours with HVAC, it might be 10 to 12 because HVAC's worth a lot more than a fucking liquor store, right? Like liquor store leads are like $3 because time a dozen,
I'm
baby.
looking for a $3,000 job.
Yeah, so Denver's Best Deals at gmail.com. And so for you, each of your leads, if you could have an email base of people interested in HVAC that were active and engaged in your emails, whatever, of like 5,000, you could probably sell that for like 50,000 right there. So now your value of your company goes up a lot more.
Right. I mean, I would love to have 3 or 4 $3,000 jobs a week.
Yeah,
I only got one right now.
But it's all gonna-
I don't know where I gotta find out where the lead came from because I don't even know where it came from. But all of a sudden, I got a lead. This lady asked me to put a dual unit in today. So I was $3,000 job.
Good.
There you go.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, okay.
Maybe it was word of mouth.
I
Who
don't
knows? But I will tell you, when you do more research on email and text message marketing, your business will fucking grow.
but I have no clue. I just learned what a domain was like 2 months ago.
Good. Well, I'll be doing fucking education once a month myself, but we'll be doing a bunch of other stuff here. So,
Okay.
I would definitely sign up, and I'll send you an email and a text
Yes.
so you don't forget. Yeah.
Careful.
But so April 13th, we'll have a big time professional fucking guy coming in. He'll probably, I told him not to try to sell, but he's not going to try to sell you. But obviously, he's like, this is like $50 to $100 a month. This is bottom of the line, which is where I choose to specialize in. I love like seeing like Bobby like trying to get her shit off, and I'm like, let's try to like not spend $10,000 on a fucking website. Let me
Right.
teach you how to do it as cheap as possible. Eventually, you can get there. Great. Like I just spent $10,000 on a fucking website like 2 years ago for my weed store. My weed store's grown. It's 13 years old. Sure, they can spend it and get a beautiful ass fucking site that I no longer have and have to sue it for. Great. Literally, my partner like 2 months ago when we had this happen, he's like, "You should have just built this with all your stuff." I was like, "I know, but I didn't know 3 years ago. I didn't know how to do it then. Now we'll put my weed site on here and we'll just run everything through my cannabis here, and I'll just have someone build the site here, and I'll have full control of it. I can make edits within 5 seconds. I can log on my phone, go phone sites, tap it, correct anything within seconds.
Okay.
I don't have to email my fucking website guy, have him be like, well, it's $100 an hour to make updates. Like, I've done all that. Y'all don't have to. Y'all can just spend like $50 a month on phone sites or $79, whatever it is, and fucking have all your shit. I guarantee you'll save money with phone sites than with some fucker that charges $50 to change the word on it.
Taking one?
Gotcha.
And it's annoying because they like, you have to log in. They have their developer shit. This is just soda?
Yes.
No
No
booze?
alcohol. No alcohol.
Okay. And so this is the best way that I use now, even as someone that has a marketing budget. I still use this, and it's also so cheap that I love people like that are just starting out to go and do that too. Let's see if I can stop this. So I hope I can save this fucking shit. Let's see. So long, guys.